Welcome back. Let's update you with the ground situation in Chhattisgarh, where voting in the first phase of elections in the state has begun. The voting has begun in 10 out of the 18 constituencies. Election for the 90-seat assembly elections in the state will take place in two phases, with the Maoist-dominated Bastar region going to polls in the first phase today. Incumbent Chief Minister Raman Singh's constituency, RAJNANDGAON, will also go to polls, where the CM is being challenged by Congress candidate Karuna Shukla, niece of late Prime Minister and BJP stalwart Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So the voting has already started in 18 constituencies. What we are given to understand is there were sporadic incidents of violence already reported. An IED blast was reported earlier this morning. Out of the 18 seats going to polls today, 8 are held by the Congress currently, the rest by the BJP. The last phase of campaigning, in fact, witnessed bitter political sparring, with PM Narendra Modi and Yogi Adityanath sparring with the Congress leaders. They're calling them responsible for the rise of Maoists in the state. So, and it has been, of course, a violence-ridden election, at least in the last 2 days. Many instances of Maoist violence were reported. The Congress has, of course, promised to focus on local issues there, with party chief Rahul Gandhi also making a visit and making promises of farm loan waiver and liquor ban in the state. The elections are taking place under the shadow of repeated Maoist attacks, who for more than a decade have called for boycott of voting there, and of course they are trying to derail the election process in the state. Around 1 lakh security personnel have been deployed in Chhattisgarh to ensure that the polling goes off smoothly. More than 12 helicopters have been pressed into service in the highly sensitive areas. Over 24 booths, poll officials are being ferried by bikes and boats and on foot to make sure that there is no untoward incident. In fact, earlier, Maoists triggered 7 explosions yesterday and took on security forces in KANKER district, which we reported yesterday. Today, again, earlier this morning, there was an IED blast that was reported in the Naxal belt. Remember, this entire belt that is voting today is a Maoist-affected area. Over the last 2 weeks, there have been 7 attacks on security personnel and also media personnel. Around 300 IED devices have been recovered from Bastar region. So many explosive devices have been recovered. So it's going to be a huge challenge for the security forces, even as we are looking at a deployment of over 1 lakh security personnel in the entire state to make sure that the election is conducted smoothly. The 66-year-old three-time Chief Minister Raman Singh is contesting from RAJNANDGAON constituency. His challenger is BJP-turned-Congress leader Karuna Shukla. Siddhant is joining us live from Dantewada. Siddhant, Dantewada is again one of those extremely sensitive areas. It's been violence-ridden. It's Maoist-affected, to say the least. Now, today morning, when people have turned up for voting, what is the ground situation like? What is the turnout like so far, Siddhant?
Well, turnout as far as Dantewada main area is concerned, then yes, people are coming out to vote. Have been reporting from 7 a.m. in the morning, and this particular booth was open at 7 a.m. in the morning, and we can see that considerably people are coming out to vote. But as far as rural areas are concerned, remote areas, there Election Commission is facing problems in appealing to people to come out and vote, because this morning in Narayana, the IED blast took place, and this was right on the route of CRPF escort party, which was escorting the poll party to the polling booth. So these particular IED blasts were planned by Naxals to demotivate voters to come out to vote. This particular incident happened in Kate Kalyan, which is a stronghold of Naxal. So the main challenge for Election Commission today is to get maximum number of voter turnout in the areas where Naxals have a stronghold, which includes areas like Kate Kalyan, which includes areas like Sukma and interiors of Dantewada. As far as last elections are concerned, the voter turnout was 63%, but in these Naxal stronghold area in Dantewada, 10% of 6 to 7% of area is still with Naxals. So in that particular areas, last in 2013 election, the voter turnout was in some seat less than 10%, and even some polling booth not a single vote was casted. Times Network reported it in last 2 days, that how in those booths not a single vote was casted. So that would be a challenge for Election Commission and district administration. We have also been given to understand that helicopters and choppers are being used to carry the poll party and escort party to those polling booths in remote areas, remote villages where Naxals have a stronghold, so that people can participate in democratic procedures. So I have been camping in Dantewada from last 2 to 3 days, and have been speaking to people. So they are telling that they want to participate in this democratic process. They want to be a part of it. They want to exercise their universal franchise. But yeah, they are, due to the fear from the Naxals and the threat that they have been getting, the Naxals have been threatening them that their fingers will be chopped if they will see ink on their fingers. The Naxals have been threatening to boycott it, and we have come across and we have shown reports that how right outside the polling booth in Pelam Teta, or right outside the polling booth in various other remote areas where we had gone, that how Naxals have written on right outside the polling booth their messages to boycott the elections, and on the trees, the posters and banners and leaflets. So all this, there is a fear atmosphere of a
so
fear.
That in the overall picture, also give us a sense very quickly about what the contest is going to be like. Because, Raman Singh is seeking a 4th consecutive term. The stakes are very high for the BJP. Chhattisgarh is one of the states that it is looking to retain ahead of the 2019 elections. And the Congress has also been extremely aggressive in its campaigning. We're talking about the hypersensitive areas, but also tell us about the contest at large, the main, parties in the fray. And is it going to be a two-way contest, or do you think that the story could be different this time around?
Well, it's very important to understand that Chhattisgarh is very important for BJP to win, because there is immense anti-incumbency, because it has been 3 terms for Raman Singh, and today the elections are happening in his own constituency, RAJNANDGAON, and his opposition candidate is Karuna Shukla, the relative of late Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The competition there is tough, but yes, this particular region is very important, because this region is not BJP's stronghold. This is Congress's stronghold, and out of 18 seats in the year 2013, Congress backed 12 seats, and rest were the BJP. So this time, even Prime Minister has taken rally in Bastar division, and even Rahul Gandhi have been immensely campaigning to regain all these seats, and Raman Singh have been extensively campaigning, because the very first rally that Raman Singh took in these elections campaign was in Sukma, where he understands the importance of this belt, because this belt completely belongs to Congress. Post 2013 Jairam Valley incident, where Congress leaders lost their life, and the entire sympathy was generated in Congress's favor. So from that time till this election, it is completely in Congress's favor, this entire belt. So 18 seats are very crucial for Raman Singh government, because Chhattisgarh is a state of 90 seats. So even a single seat matters a lot at the time of formation of a government. So Raman Singh clearly understands it. And there's one more very important point here is that, out of 18 seats, 11 seats are for scheduled tribes, reserved for scheduled tribes, and 1 seat is for scheduled caste. So, the tribal belt, this is completely a tribal belt, and this is the reason that it is a stronghold of Naxal. So even Naxals have openly come out to oppose Raman Singh's government, and even the banners and the posters appealing to people, first not to go out and vote, and the second to to bring down Raman Singh's government. So these are the banners in the picture. But yes,
there are many challenges for the Raman Singh government, because, and also the immediate challenge, like you've been pointing out, is to make sure that a healthy turnout is ensured by the Election Commission, and the election is conducted without any untoward incident. Thanks for joining us, Siddhant.